because I have 39 years old, and when I began to climbing, when I was very young, with 14 years old, I go first time to Mont Blanc. So I go to travel. I go to see Chamonix, to climb in Mont Blanc, and so I think my life, the mountain or climbing mountain was an excuse to travel around the world. Okay, I climb in all 8,000 there, true, but it's an excuse to go some places, to Himalayas, to Alps, or every part of the world to training. So I understand that mountain and sustainability go in the same way.
Yeah. You have come across different countries and cultures during your expeditions, during your adventures. What do you think are the greatest cultural differences in terms of the understanding of the concept of sustainability between Europe and India, for example, or between Argentina and other places in the world?
I think from Nepal or from Himalayas area, I think it's different because the government of these countries and also the people of these countries see very clear that they get the money from the tourists. So I think when the places, when they need it to live, they understand very clear what we will have. We have Everest, we have K2, and they see very clear. In Paris, what they have it? They have the tower. In another countries, we have another things, but in Himalayas, they have the mountains. So the Eiffel Tower of Nepal is Everest. So they see very clear this one. So they have a different concept of us, of the mountain and sustainability. We see also in our countries, in Alps, also in Pyrenees, everywhere. I speak about the countries that I know it. No? But sometimes we see the mountain also, and you speak about, we have a big business in ski resorts. But there's more than ski resorts in the mountains. And we need to understand this one.
Yeah. What could be a sustainable form of tourism in mountain regions? We are often talking about trekking tourism, for example. Yeah? And the followers of the great mountaineers were the trekking tourists. When you look to Asian countries, when you look also to the alpine destinations, trekking is becoming more and more popular. So especially when you discuss the longer distances. Would you think that this is a sustainable form to get mountains, to reach the mountains, to experience the mountains?
I think, yes, we can begin with this one. No? Everybody of us, we can make a trekking everywhere. In Himalayas, in Alps, in Pyrenees, everywhere. We need to begin easy. And it's began to be popular to be trekking in every places of the world. So we can begin with this one. And it's a good way for begin, for the families, to go alone or to go with the groups. So it's a good way for this one. And at the end, there's more than trekking behind this one, no?
When we talk about trekking tourism, then often we can see that tour operators are more and more defining special packages. Yeah? So European tourists interested to visit, for example, Asian destinations. Yeah? Since ITB is also a meeting platform for tour operators, a special question to you. When you travel all over the world, as part of your expeditions, you are getting in contact with all kinds of forms of organized travel. Yeah? In a way, yourself are a kind of tour operator. Yeah? What do you think are the challenges for the tour operators? What kind of products and services should be developed in that context in the near future?
It's my opinion. I don't know if it's a good opinion, but we need to make a different package, a special package, and I don't know how do you say in English, hacerlo a medida. If somebody needs one product, we need a special product for that team or for that group. I think the future of the trekking is not in make a typical packet and sold this one. We need to make like a special jacket for a special people, for a special country, or for a special people who ask. This is the
segmentation, specialization. Yeah. Yeah.
I think this is the key. When I go to a tour operator in Nepal, because I work with Nepali tour operators, I phone there and I say, I wanted to do something different that I already don't do it. And sometimes they have it difficult. And sometimes, you know it, I need to take in my house the map and check it where I want to go it. So if I am a tour operator, I need to offer and I need to work something different for my customer. And sometimes this is the problem, and sometimes this is the difficult. Because we are very accommodated, and we offer all the time that we want, that we have it. But we need to change it. And this is the future of the trekking, I think. This is my opinion. But
yeah, good answer. Thank you, Edurne. Alex Ploner was talking about people. People is in the center of the discussion within the context of IMS. During our workshop at IMS, we talked intensively about mountain competence. Yeah? And we think that destinations in the Caucasus region or in the Himalayan region, they have to improve their mountain competence. Is that true in your opinion? Yeah? Are we the only ones in the world, in Europe, to have mountain competence? Yeah? In terms of technologies, in terms of capabilities, in terms of know-how? Or what can people do in these big destinations like Himalayas or Caucasus region in order to get involved in mountain tourism development?
I think we can make many things, and like EMS, many.
You are working with Sherpas.
Yes.
Yeah. So Sherpas are famous people in certain countries. Yeah? Do you think that these people should, in the near future, be the responsibles of certain types of tourism in that countries?
If they are the responsibility, yes.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah. Yeah. And we need to implicate all the people that we have it around us in that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And they see very clear that this is the future of the life. Yeah. And you need to show very clear this one. Mm-hmm. One Sherpa, the people say us, okay, you go there and you use this Sherpa to go to the base camps, and that Sherpa, they don't work with us. They don't have money to live all the year, and they don't have money to get food for or something to eat for his friends. And so they understand very clear. So we need to understand the people who have around us the importance of this one. Mm-hmm. I think that in some areas of the mountains, in Europe, and I tell of my experience, we began to make mountain tourists, and at the beginning, the people of the areas see very clear the money, because they have different houses or different places to construction, and they sold it, and they get money very clear. But at the end, now we arrive to one point that, wow, what's happened? We need to bring the people here, and we need to make something different. And this is one of the points of EMS. They say we need to make something different to begin again.
To start a new discussion related to sustainability in the mountains. Let me switch from tourism to management. Expeditions are always a logistical tour de force. You are working with hundreds of people during your expeditions. that we call leadership. Leadership is a precondition for the success of these great efforts. At what point do you think that you can speak of a successful expedition? What is success for you?
I think what's successful is when we go to the expedition, we go, we try, and we come back to home, all of the members of the expeditions. It's not, okay, for me, the second point is the summit. Okay, our objective is to arrive to the summit, but for me it's more important to go and come back, all of them. When we began one project, like I don't know, open new company, or make a new project, the importance is, okay, we need to put one objective at the end, and we need to make a way, all the way to arrive there. But it's important all the people go together in the same way and come back for me. So it's important to have a vision, because we need it to continue, and we need it to arrive to one summit, but it's important to come back, all of them.
This is a very good answer. I remember the presentation of Alex Ploner. He was talking about, in German we say Leidenschaft, passion. I guess this is also something you have. Yeah? A mountaineer needs passion, isn't it?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay.
If I didn't have passion, I never arrived to 1,000 sure. I think all our things that we make it in our life, we need to make with a passion. It's not easy. And sometimes we are in one work or in some places that we are not happy. And now for us, I am Spanish. Now, go to Spain now and speak about the passion, it's really very difficult, in the situation that we are in. No? If I go to one company and say, people like yours say, okay, you need to have passion to continue here, it's really very difficult. Mm-hmm. But I know, and I know it that the big things that we make it in our life, you make it because you have a passion, and it's more easier, sure. It's more easy. And now I tell that I am unfortunately. Why? Because I make that I like it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think that never I make it all 1,000 if I didn't have a passion to make it. But also my father have a company, and when I was young, I don't have any, I don't remember that my father played with me. Never, because he's working all the time.
He's an entrepreneur.
Yeah, but he has a passion for his work, and now he has a nice company. Mm-hmm. So all the things make with a passion.
Passion, and another word we use often is Sehnsucht, desire. Yeah? So I would think that tourism managers and managers as a whole should learn from mountaineers in terms of passion, in terms of this kind of leadership we discussed, and in terms of desire, to get a summit, to reach a certain goal or objective. Final question, Edurne. You wanted to complete your project, so all these 14 8,000 meter peaks quickly, within 9 years. It's incredible. Edurne, what comes next?
There's many things to do it.
Yeah.
It's true that when I was finishing my project for 8,000ers, when I was in the last 8,000, I thought, what can I do now? Because all my life I make the same. So I feel and say, I don't know if I know making another things, but I think I know it, or I will try to make different things. No? Mm-hmm. I like the mountains, so I don't understand nothing in my life without mountain. So all the things that I make it in my future is around the mountains. I want to continue to climbing, of course, because at the end is my life. And if I am a Bram because I am a climber. Don't understand this one. You are a Bram because you have your identity. So your brand have some values and one identity. And I have my values and I have my identity. I am a climber. So I need to continue to be a climber. Mm-hmm. Continue to climb it, no maybe 8,000ers. I wanted to find a new things I can, after finish one thing, like all 8,000ers, I need to continue to climbing 8,000ers again? No, why? For a no route? No, for what? I need to continue to climbing, but at new areas, new mountains, in climbing peak. But there are many things. When I began thinking and say, now in this cycle, there's mountains that nobody climbing before. There, but it's more hard because you need to go to find. And now I need to get more information. But I like it because it's a new goal. So I work it to find different places and different areas to climb in around the world.
That's what we technically would define the further development of the core competence. Edurne Pasaban, thank you very much for this big interview.
Thank you.